Good Wednesday morning, Kentucky, and thanks so much for joining us here in the 8 o'clock hour on GMK. We hope you are going to have a great one. If you're getting outside, though, you will need that umbrella. It's another wet day ahead of what we're hoping to be a dry Halloween, but even more important is what's happening in the Caribbean. Matt Breland with Melissa. Having gone through Jamaica, now on the way to Cuba.
That's right. The Caribbean islands continue to get ravaged by such an intense storm. Hurricane Melissa is really bringing in these devastating impacts for folks just along the eastern side of Cuba. Now, it's expected to start making its way into the Bahamas as we speak, and it's going to continue pushing through as we go throughout the rest of our Wednesday. By 2 p.m., the Bahamas can expect winds of 110 miles per hour. So this is still going to bring in some very intense impacts for these Caribbean islands. Haiti is included in this. We're still going to see some of these strong effects for the Caribbean islands as we go throughout the rest of our Wednesday. Now, the projected path of Hurricane Melissa is still expected to remain far off the eastern United States coastline. The next in line is going to be Bermuda, expected to see those impacts by Friday. But this is not going to cause any impacts for us in Kentuckiana, but we do have quite the messy start to our Wednesday morning. Check out all these rain showers that are continuing to flow their way in from the south. This is going to be continuous for the rest of our morning and into our afternoon. Some possible heavy rain showers are going to be around as well, especially into the afternoon time. For you folks closer towards Litchfield, already waking up to some of those heavier bands arriving. So this is definitely causing some slick spots on the roadways. Use caution before you get your day started. Temperatures staying cooler in between the upper 40s and the lower 50s. For us, we've got cloudy skies along with that east wind at 11 miles per hour continuing for us. Your bus stop forecast, grab the umbrella before you head out and keep it around all throughout the day. We're going to see these rain showers continue for the rest of our Wednesday. That's a look at your bus stop weather forecast. Here's an update on traffic this morning. We do have 2 lanes blocked due to a crash on I-264, the Waterson, and just northbound from exit 22 US 42 Brownsboro Road to exit 23A onto I-71. Also the entry ramp to I-264 northbound from Westport Road. That shoulder is blocked due to a crash. Brooke?
Thank you, Matt. New here on GMK, a woman is dead after an overnight shooting in Simpsonville. It happened around 12:40 a.m. Police and EMS responded to the 200 block of Buck Creek Road near the King Brook area for a shots fired call. The victim died at the scene. Police do believe this shooting was an isolated incident. Anyone with information should call the Simpsonville Police Department at that number there, 502-527-8695. Right now, Hurricane Melissa making landfall around Cuba just one day after crashing into Jamaica. Taking a live look there at the aftermath of that Category 5 storm that brought to the island of Jamaica. Trees toppled, roofs blown off, streets flooded. And again, about 80% of that island without power. We are just beginning to see the extent of the damage. Melissa is one of the strongest hurricanes on record in the Atlantic. It's already being blamed for at least 7 deaths. The Prime Minister of Jamaica declared the entire island a disaster area. The deadly storm reached wind speeds up to 185 miles per hour, cut off power to nearly 80% of the island, and tourists there have been forced to hunker down, including a family from Houston stranded at a hotel outside Montego Bay.
Pray that we get home. Like at this point, at the end of the prayer, right before you say amen, say, I pray that they all can get a flight home.
Overnight, President Donald Trump said the U.S. is prepared to send help. Disaster response teams in Miami are gathering food, water, and generators to send once conditions improve. And Royal Caribbean is also promising a ship to transport aid. Officials said Kingston's airport could reopen as soon as tomorrow for emergency relief flights. A couple from Louisville is also stuck there in Jamaica. Johnny Ison came to the island to celebrate her partner Courtney Allen's birthday. But the airport shut down days before the hurricane hit, forcing them to stay put and ride out the storm. In Louisville, Janice Clark, a restaurant owner from Jamaica, has been watching all the coverage and checking in with friends and family who had no choice but to stay.
My friend told me her car got smashed by a tree and her house is experiencing flooding at the moment.
Even when it's over, it's gonna be a matter of even being able to get out of here, to go through the streets, to even make it to the airport, and even what the airport might look like.
Well, friends of Johnny and Courtney there have started a fund to help the couple cover emergency costs while they're there. Meanwhile, Clark says her restaurant in downtown Louisville will be collecting donations for hurricane victims. She's encouraging anyone to stop by or call. Chronic absenteeism in Jefferson County Public Schools is down this year. That's the word from Superintendent Dr. Brian Yearwood. Under state law, the district must report guardians to the Jefferson County Attorney if a child has 15 or more unexcused absences. Yearwood said in 2 years, JCPS lowered the chronic absenteeism rate by 5% to a total now of 33%. He said that's still too high, but the district is moving in the right direction. JCPS officials also spoke about their strategy for continuing to lower those rates.
But to achieve this, we have to focus on several areas. We have to focus on things like communication. We have to focus on things like support and accountability.
Another major concern for JCPS in recent days has been that massive budget shortfall. Yearwood spoke about the difficult task of cutting $132 million in spending by next fall. He said the district has zero plans to cut programs that are working, but admitted layoffs are not off the table. LG&E has had the green light now to move forward with new natural gas units at 2 of its plants, but it cannot extend the life of a coal-powered generator. That ruling came down yesterday from the Kentucky Public Service Commission. LG&E said it needed the new units to power potential data centers, but our focus team found there are no signed service agreements for these hyperscale data centers in Kentucky yet. The Public Commission admonished the utility company, saying if data center customers do not come, they need to stop construction. Well, plenty of people showed up to voice their concerns over a new data center in Rubbertown at last night's Metro Council zoning forum. The board there told the crowd they could only field suggestions on zoning regulations, not environmental impacts for data centers. Here in the U.S., electricity consumption reached an all-time high last year due to those centers, and it's expected to continue to rise this year on top of usage prices. And many residents want answers about who's paying that bill.
Data centers come in, or these businesses come into our community, they strain our infrastructure, and then we are left paying for it. What are they doing and how are they making it so we're not footing the bill for the data center?
You'll have a chance to voice your thoughts about those potential regulations tonight at the Southwest Regional Library. It's from 5:30 to 7:30. There will be 2 more meetings next week before officials begin drafting recommended changes.